Hello. Welcome to anyone who is here already. I hope you've all had a lovely week. And I forgot to mute myself like a noob because I haven't been doing this for over a year now, right? Hi, Dark Nightmare. Welcome. We are just waiting for being scared. So he should be here any minute now. What do you guys have planned for the weekend? Anything fun? Hi, Tater Plays. Welcome. Hi, Avery. I don't think I've seen you before, Avery. Are you new? I could be wrong. Oh, look, a blue wrench. Guess beside the dying fire still has that blue wrench. Hi, Tall Tail. Welcome. It's like I read your thoughts beside the dying fire. Curious. Quite curious. Hi, Danny. Welcome. Danny says, "Hey, lovely. So nice hearing from you again. I stayed up in the middle of the night listening to your new interview." Thank you. I really appreciate that, Danny. Hi, Gabriel. Welcome. So while we're waiting, guys, I'm curious if you could all tell me how in the chat there how you found me, or how rather you found my channel. That'd be great if you can remember, because I know a lot of the time we don't remember how we found certain channels. Hi, Jessica. Welcome. And I just recently heard about YouTube. They're allowing you to view the stream, the chat stream, even after the stream has ended. So I kind of want to test that out with this because I want to go back and look at the stream and see if the chat is there. Oh, I see, Tall Tale. I'm glad you remember how you found me through Nature's Temper. And Gabriel, oh, you found me through being scared. So I'm assuming you just found me. One of the subscription lists, says Dark Nightmare. Okay. Glad to see that somehow YouTube still shows my live streams. Or rather promotes them in a way. Okay, let me check and see if being scared is having any trouble. Hi, Axeman. Axeman asks, "Hey, Margbot, what's your, as in you are, favorite book in Terabang?" I don't know. You know what? I can share it with all 9 lovely people here who are clearly on my channel to listen to me interview being scared, but I'm going to share anyway. My most favorite book, and I have read quite a few of them, happens to be Jane Eyre. It's British literature, more classic British literature, and it was written by Charlotte Bronte. So that is definitely my favorite book because everybody out there must know what, our favorite books are. Oh, and happy World Book Day. Hi, being scared. Can you hear me? I think you're muted right now, actually. It shows that you're muted. Oh, Jessica, you found me through Beside the Dying Fire. Tater found me through Swamp Dweller. I feel like half of my subscribers found me through Swamp or Unit.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. I'm so sorry about that.
No worries. No worries at all.
I just got a new laptop and it's not set up for Google Hangouts, and I was trying to do that and something went wrong, so I just switched to my old one.
Gotcha. Okay. All right then. Well, we should be fine now. You sound pretty good to me.
Good. Okay. I'm really sorry.
No worries. It's okay. I was just welcoming everyone and interacting per usual. So Yeah, I mean, doing these streams, I've kind of just learned to roll with it because sometimes people, show up after an hour, and sometimes, they're kind of gone in the middle of the interview and they come back, and it's not a big deal. Beside the dying fire is he's making the hard eyes at you over there. I think he's starstruck. Okay.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy. I love that guy. Who doesn't love that guy? Everybody loves that guy.
Yeah, he's so nice. How could you not, right?
Ooh,
Okay.
Axeman Cartoons is here. I love that guy too.
Yes, Axeman was wondering what my favorite book was. Do you have a favorite book, being scared?
Yes, Watchers by Dean Koontz.
Ooh, I've heard that one before.
It's really good.
I
Really
do
good.
hear that it's a very good one. Okay, guys, so I think we're going to get started with the interview here. And I know I did send you the questions, so I don't know if you want to look at those or if you just want to answer off the top of your head. That's cool too. All right. So I have had the pleasure of seeing your channel grow since you first started. And I can't say that for too many of the people that I've interviewed. So, what do you feel has been your greatest accomplishment with your channel? Hello? Being scared. I'm scared. I don't know what's going on, but I guess I may have jinxed it by saying sometimes that people disappear as I'm interviewing them. So we'll just go with it. Danny found me through top 15s okay, during that last collab I did on top 15s with the 12-hour stories. Um, Oh, thank you, Tater Plays. Tater said, just Mark being awesome until she starts interviews, then she is downright majestic. Hi.
Yeah.
We have two being scares now. Which one's the real one?
I'm sorry. That was my other laptop signing in, and I don't know. I don't know.
How interesting. All right. Okay, as long as you two don't start fighting in the middle of the stream, I think we're good. Anyway. Oh, hi, Empoleon. Welcome. All right, let's get back to it, guys.
Yeah. Sorry.
What have you been most satisfied with your channel?
Most satisfied with my subscribers, the people that always comment on my videos. I'm most satisfied with them. They're so cool, and they're always there, and it's just kind of it's just a really great feeling when I upload a new video and I always see specific people always comment. Makes me feel really good.
Gotcha. Okay. What do you feel has been your biggest obstacle?
My biggest obstacle, probably making time to make videos, honestly.
Yeah, that is rough when you have adulting to do and you have a YouTube channel. It gets hard sometimes. I don't know how you guys do it. Honestly, you guys just who keep the constant flow of videos. I just can't. So kudos to you.
Thank you. But it's, people make time to do what they really want to do. And sometimes it's really hard. I have kids and, I'm married and it's a job.
Oh, so you do real adulting. Wow. Okay, yeah, see, so much respect. All you folks who have families and jobs and do this, I can't even imagine being able to do this. And I don't have like kids or a husband. So I don't even know where you guys find the time, honestly.
I don't either, honestly. I don't know how I do this.
But you're right, when you really want something, you do it. So much respect on that. And
Thank you.
what inspired your avatar?
My avatar. Well, when I made my channel, I just went to Google and I just typed, I don't remember what I typed in. It must have been something along the lines of scary face or maybe scary skull. I don't know. And I was just scrolling through pictures, and I scrolled a lot. Like I was very deep into Google Images, and I found this one image that looked really cool. and it was an artwork that was done by somebody from Deviant Art, that website,
Uh-huh.
and so I just kind of used it. But that was before I realized that you should ask permission for stuff, and
Yeah.
then I did. I shortly after I found out who the guy was that made the picture, and I asked him if I could use it, and he said yes. He said he didn't care, and then after a while I wanted to start making some merchandise, but I didn't really feel comfortable making merchandise with his art. Can you still
Uh-huh.
hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't feel comfortable just using his art without asking permission, and I was kind of scared to ask permission to use his art to make money off of it. So I contacted Yeah Man TV, um, by recommendation by Unit 522,
Hmm.
and I asked him to just kind of recreate the picture and just make it different but make it look similar, because I really liked the way that it looked, and he made this picture, and that's where I got it.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, man, he's wonderful. He's great at what he does. It comes across in his work that he enjoys what he does. So, yeah, I did notice that it did get an update, but I wasn't sure, what happened there. But it definitely looks great. Do you have a story behind, have you created a story behind this character or no?
No. Have other people done that?
I mean, mine has a story and a couple other people have stories. I know some of the stories are posted on Unit's channel, so I mean,
Oh,
it's just up to you. It's not something that has to be done. But it's always nice hearing when there is a story, so that's why I ask.
that sounds cool. I don't know. I should do that. I don't know.
I mean, maybe in the future. Do you have a role model at the whole narration or not?
No. I've been thinking about that because since you sent me the questions, and yes, I have a few. I'd say the first one is definitely Mr. Nightmare. He's the first that I ever listened to. Um, but other than that, after that, probably Corpse Husband. He's actually the one that I think is actually, like, honestly, I think that he is actually the best narrator out of all of us. And I don't mean any disrespect to anybody else, but every time I listen to his stuff, I'm just like, man, he's got such a great voice, and he always puts so much into his stories, puts so much emotion, and it just sounds so good. And I'm very much inspired by him. And I've actually spoken with him a lot, actually, through email, and it was really cool.
Yeah,
Um,
he's a really great guy, and I feel like he's been a really big influence on this community, so I can understand why you say that.
yeah, definitely he has, and he's got something cooking right now. It's so funny because a lot of people are like, is he coming back? Where the hell is Corpse Husband?
Uh-huh.
And he is definitely coming back. He's just waiting for something, and you probably know what it is also, but
I honestly don't, but I'm not sure if we're allowed to give details out anyway.
yeah,
So,
I'm not
yeah.
going to. I'm just gonna say that, yeah, he'll be back. I'm pretty certain. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure he'll be back. And when he does come back, it's gonna be amazing. But
Oh,
yes,
I'm sure.
to get back to the question, yes, definitely Corpse Husband, even more so than Mr. Nightmare now. Um, yeah, those two, pretty much.
Okay. All right then. Have you considered what you're gonna do when you reach 100K?
Yes. Well, my plan is to take my family to Disneyland, but my my wife is actually going to give birth to my son in about 3 weeks, maybe sooner, maybe any day now. I have no idea.
You
And
never know with kids. They show up when they want to.
and if that happens, and I don't know when that's going to be able to happen. I don't want to take a baby to Disneyland. I have no idea when I'm going to hit 100,000. Um, but
With
if
the
it
rate that you've
happens,
been growing at,
I
it,
don't
it it could happen at any moment here.
know. Well, if it does, I don't know that I would want to take a baby to Disneyland. He's not going to remember anything, and
Yeah.
that was my initial plan. Other than that, plans, not really, honestly,
I
not
know
really.
this wasn't a question that I included in what I sent you, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but how does your wife feel about you having a channel?
My wife,
Hmm.
Oh, she loves it. She really, really loves it. She's. I haven't really since I've been with her. I've been with her for about 5 years, and I haven't really been able to show any kind of creativity until one day I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel," and she was like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna narrate scary stories," and she was like, "Why?" And I don't know. And since then, she just kind of thought that it was funny. But then when she realized that people actually do think that, they think my videos are cool, um, she's given me a little bit more respect since then, and she loves it. She's very, very supportive.
Oh, that's great. It's always such a warm feeling when you have a significant other that supports what you do. So that's awesome. So why did you choose the name Being Scared? I mean, it seems so obvious, but is there a reason why you went with that?
Yeah, actually, I'm 31 right now. When I was 18, I was dating a girl, my first serious girlfriend, actually, and I had this idea to. I mean, not an idea, but more like a fantasy. I wanted to be like a movie maker, like I don't know, a director. I don't know. And I had this idea for a movie. I've always loved horror movies. And I wanted to create a movie kind of like Twilight Zone, but horror. And it's just like a collection of really scary but believable scenarios. And I told her about that, and she was like, "Yeah, that's cool." But she was not really into horror stuff. And back then, I told her, I said, I would just call it Being Scared, and because it's just right to the point, it's just right, being scared, that's what it is. And I
Yeah.
don't know, I don't really have any other explanation other than that. um but yeah, that was when I was 18. That was many years ago.
Yeah,
And then
and
when
it's stuck with you, obviously.
yeah, when I decided to make my channel, I was trying to think, and I was like, that's always been in my head, and I said, I'm just gonna call it Being Scared.
Okay. Have you is there a certain topic that you prefer when finding stories to narrate?
No, I don't do specific topics anymore, because I've kind of learned that you limit your audience greatly if you just do like scary stories in the woods, or you know
Yeah.
firefighter stories, or whatever the topic is. It doesn't matter. there's there's a lot of people on YouTube that want to listen to scary stories, but how many want to listen to that exact topic that you made? So
Yeah.
yeah, I've found that if you just make a video that's just scary stories, in general, and they have no idea what kind of story they're about to listen to, then you have a better chance of them wanting to watch it. That's what I've learned anyway.
Gotcha. And I mean, it's working out for you. I'm sorry. Did you mute your video? Because I could hear myself.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I could still hear you.
No, I didn't do anything.
Oh, that was so strange. I don't know what happened there. I could hear myself. So odd. Okay. So anyway, let's move on. Yeah, I mean, it's proving to be successful for your channel that you don't label them, oh, scary stories. And the only thing that I've noticed, and that's really kind of just spread throughout the community, and I think this is something you actually started, is the ambient and the weather ones where you're like, oh, scary stories, told in the rain or and things
Yeah.
like that. That's really caught on. And I think that originated with you, correct?
Yes, it did. It did.
How does it feel to have started kind of a trend?
It feels very cool. I'm not gonna lie. It feels very, very cool.
Yeah, personally, I just, I see it everywhere. So I chose to make my very own themed video like that, but we'll get into that later.
I know, and it's I know that it has annoyed some people, and they're like, "Oh my god, enough with this crap." Yeah,
You,
I
you
don't,
know,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
really find it annoying. I enjoy seeing creativity in the community. And when a million and one channels are doing the same exact thing,
Yeah,
you know, I mean, I have nothing against the fact that you started this. I think it speaks for your channel. And that, a couple other channels did it, but I feel like it just got out of control after a while,
yeah,
personally.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
don't know.
everyone's gonna do what they need to
Yeah.
do.
Well,
Um,
when I did the first one, I was, I didn't know what was going to happen, and everybody really liked it, and people commented, and they were like, "Hey, this is really cool. Um, do another one." And so I did another one, and it did just as well. And then, people kept commenting and saying nice things and saying, "Hey, do it again, keep going, like don't stop." And I was like, "Really? Like you guys aren't getting bored of this?" And people were, I got advice from good friends like Mortis Media.
mhm.
He's probably my best friend in the community, and he was like, "Man, if it's working, just keep doing it.
Yeah,
Keep doing it.
yeah.
Don't worry about what anybody else says." Because there's a couple people, um, they were like, "Dude, do something else." As you know, I I want to. At the end of the day, I really want to do what my subscribers really enjoy, and they really enjoy it, so I keep doing it. You know.
Well, see, the thing is, from a listener's perspective, with the ambient sounds and the stormy sounds and things like that, a lot of us listen to these while falling asleep. And it's nice to have, the content, the horror content to listen to until you fall asleep, but it's also very soothing to have like rain sounds in the background.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it pairs well, and that's why I enjoy it, personally, anyway. Okay. So, of the stories you've narrated, do you have a favorite one?
Yes, actually, the one I did it very recently. Actually, um, well, the when I first started listening to scary stories, it was Mr. Nightmare. He was the only person I listened to, and I got curious one day after becoming a fan of his, and I went and listened to his first video ever. And the story that he narrated was so freaking creepy. It was so scary to me. I was like, geez, like that's the scariest story I've ever heard in my life. Honestly, if you haven't heard it, like I strongly recommend go to his channel and listen to his first video. Oh my
What's
God.
it about?
This guy opens his door and there's this elderly woman outside, and she comes inside, and they're like sitting in his living room
Hmm.
just and making small talk, I guess. And he goes to the kitchen real quick to get some water. And when he comes back, she's gone. And he doesn't know what happened. And she's actually hiding in his house.
Oh
And
my God.
yeah, it's so freaking scary. I'm telling you, go listen to it.
I
But
think I will tonight. I don't think I've heard that one before. I've heard so many of them, but I don't think I've heard that one before.
yeah,
Um,
and
so
yeah, I actually in scary stories for a rainy night volume 10, at the very end, I narrate that story. And I hope I did it justice. I don't know if it was as good as his, but that's definitely my favorite scary story I've ever heard.
okay, so I'll have to go ahead and go check out Scary Stories Volume 10. I'll remember that later tonight before I go to bed. I'll be looking forward to it now. It does sound pretty creepy. I don't know, for some reason, older folk can be really unsettling sometimes. No
Yeah.
offense to anybody, just saying. Older
I
folk
know,
can be
right?
unsettling in the middle of the night when they show up in a white gown, okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Have you had any crazy fan occurrences?
No. No, I have not.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I've come to realize when I ask that question that, it's not even about your channel size. It just, some of us attract creepy people and some of us don't. It's
Yeah.
always nice when you don't. All right. Do you plan on ever doing an official face reveal?
Uh, I don't know, honestly.
I mean, no pressure. Just wondering.
I've been telling people, but just because I don't think this will ever happen, I've been saying, people have commented, been like, face reveal. And I say, yeah, when I hit 3 million subscribers, I'll do it.
Smooth there. I like the avoidance. All right.
Yeah, honestly, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just trying to avoid it.
Okay.
Maybe when I hit 3 million, I might do it, but maybe not. I don't.
Might being the key word.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. Do you have any specific plans for your channel for 2018, or are you just continuing on with what you know?
I do not have any specific plans. Really, I'm just preparing for my son to be born.
That's so exciting, by the way.
Yeah. And other than that, I mean, that has nothing to do with my channel, obviously, but
Yeah, but that is kind of life changing. So,
yeah,
that's where your focus is right now. Totally understandable.
I'm really just focusing on doing what I'm doing because people like it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the numbers don't lie. People definitely enjoy your content. And new people are constantly discovering it, which is definitely great. Like your channel growth is just very healthy at this point. And I'm making it a point now to have the people that I interview like state how many subscribers they have right now. So, how many subscribers do you have?
Um, Hang on, let me look real
Just
quick.
because I think it's cool to like come back in a year and look at this interview and say, "Hey, I've grown this much."
Yeah, I have 41,173.
Awesome. And how long have you had your channel?
I made it in September of 2016.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember the early days.
Yeah.
So in case somebody who is not acquainted with your channel is watching this, why should they check out your channel?
Well, definitely something that's become kind of a thing with my channel is if you want to listen to some creepy stories, but also relax and listen to the sound of rain or a fire, a crackling fire. Hey,
Hmm.
beside the dying fire said something again. It's been a while. Um,
Hold on. Let's see. What did you say? Oh, plenty of people said lots of things. I think we'll save those for the end, just because I don't want to interrupt.
okay. um, I forget. What was I just saying? I'm sorry. I forget. I'm sorry. I got distracted by the chat.
Beside the dying fire, it's all your fault. So you were saying that you were going to continue with this, with what you're doing currently because people like it and the soothing sound, and that people should check you out
Yeah, yeah.
because of the soothing sounds and the creepy stories.
If you guys want to relax but also be scared, go check out my channel, I
Which is
guess.
kind of an oxymoron, but I completely understand what you mean. It works. It works. Okay.
People are telling me all the time that they fall asleep to my channel, and that's not quite what I was going for when I made my channel, but
Trust me, I know the feeling. A lot of narrators get that. I get that sometimes too. They're like, your voice is so soothing. And I'm like, well, I would prefer if you stayed awake, but if I help you with insomnia, that's totally cool.
yeah,
Whatever works, I guess.
I'm trying to scare you.
Yeah, right. Not trying to put you to sleep, but no, it's just too common here, which is kind of weird, but I guess this is just the community we have.
Yeah.
Is there a story that has really resonated with you? Like it's really hit home for you that
Uh,
you've read for your channel?
hmm. Not that I can, other than the one that I already stated, not really. I mean, I just like you, just like everybody. How many scary stories do we read, in a week? Or it's I don't know. I can't really think about. I can't. I don't know.
So, once again, this is not a question I included, but I'm curious because I know you have read many, many stories. Do you somehow keep track of the ones you've read? Do you ever worry that you may eventually end up reading the same story twice?
Yeah, I do actually. I'm pretty good at remembering. Sometimes I'll read a story and I'm like, oh, I already did that one, or I already heard it on Mortis Media or Southern Cannibals channel or something like that, and
Gotcha.
I'll just skip it. But yes, sometimes I do think about like, what about 7 years from now?
Exactly.
Am I going
I
to read a story and be like, "Ooh, this one's good," and have no memory that I already did it? I mean, I really doubt that somebody else would comment and be like, "Hey, you already did this one 7 years
always
later."
that one person. That one person is just very nitpicky. I've seen it happen to other channels. And I remember before I even made my own channel, I wondered how the bigger channels kept track of the stories they'd read because I'm like, I mean, you could have a really good memory, but after a few years, how do you know?
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
anyway, I digress. Okay, what do you think of the new guidelines with the threshold on monetizing and all that?
Man, can I just say that your questions are like really damn good?
Oh, thank you. I always think they're too superficial, but thank you. I
No,
really appreciate that.
no, they're really, really good. I was reading them this morning and I was like, damn, like she knows what she's doing. These are good questions. Um, and even though it sounds like I didn't read them and I don't know what I'm saying, I did read them. I promise.
No, I mean, I can't tell that you feel that way at all. So you're good.
Okay. Um, the guidelines. How do I feel? Honestly, I'm kind of on the fence. I agree with it, but at the same time, I'm not. It's you know, because I have a lot of friends that are now demonetized and they can't make any money until they hit these thresholds, and it's you know, I'm like, that's bull crap, you know, like, but at the same time, I kind of feel like it's a way to push them to get there, you know.
Yeah.
Like my cousin is a great example. We shouldn't be here. He's my real life cousin. Um, and well, actually, I think he's over the threshold now. I could be wrong, but I think he is. Beside the Dying Fire is a great example. I'm not sure if he's over the threshold, but you know,
I
he's
think he's right on the line. Last I spoke to him in regards to that, and I mean,
yeah.
when you're right there, there's just so many questions about the process. Like once you reach it, I don't know if you've heard this from your cousin or if you know, but apparently once you made it through the threshold, you don't have to worry about it again. Um,
Oh,
but it's not like an ongoing thing that it could happen at any moment that they'll take it away or whatever. But,
yep.
so once you're over the threshold, you're good to go, but at the same time, I guess how you apply to be a partner is you go into your settings and you click that monetization button when you've made it through the threshold and they evaluate your channel. So I'm just wondering what the process or what the timeline is for that process. Like, is it
I know.
immediately or is it gonna take a week or a month? Because we all know that YouTube takes a while to get their eggs all in order.
I know.
So, yeah.
I, you know, I don't know. I can't really, I'm not really too opinionated on that. You know, I feel bad for the channels that work really hard that are now suddenly demonetized. I don't
Mhm.
think that's fair. There are some channels that have been working so freaking hard and are now suddenly demonetized, and that's straight up not fair, you know? And
Yeah, I agree.
you know,
Um,
I think I lean more towards that than anything else. But at the same time, like I want it to push them to make it, you know. But
yeah,
I
exactly.
know that it's having an opposite effect. It's having a bad effect on some channels, and they're like, you know what, screw it, and then they just give up. I don't know anybody that's done that, but it has to have happened to someone.
But I
And
think that's what YouTube's trying to do with the new guidelines. It's like, okay, well, who's committed to doing their channel, you know?
well,
So,
that's bullcrap.
yeah.
I don't like that. So I guess my answer is I don't really like it.
Okay, gotcha. Well, hold on. Sorry about that. Anyway, and my very last question is, have you had any creepy occurrences of your
Creepy occurrences of my own.
own?
Um, yes, I've had quite a few. Like something that would be story worthy.
Mhm, mhm,
Uh, when I was about 13, maybe, yeah, I think I was 13. I was home alone. My brother was out with his girlfriend, and my dad was doing something out with some friends. I don't know what he was doing. And I was laying in bed, and I was living in kind of a crappy place, just to put it, you know, bluntly.
mhm,
And the security was non-existent. There was no alarms, nothing like that. And somebody, I swear, I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to like create like a scary story for everybody right now. Somebody came through my sliding glass back door
oh my
really late at
gosh.
night, and somebody came into my house. It was like, it wasn't a house, it was like a little duplex. My dad at the time wasn't doing very, you know, fantastic financially, so it was a
Mhm,
pretty small place. And somebody came through the back door, and they were walking through my house, and my bedroom door was open, and I was petrified. And um, they never walked into my bedroom, but there was someone walking through my house, and I don't know what they were doing, and then they just left. And my brother and my dad both say that that was not them. They swear to God it was not them, and they have no clue who it was. Nobody was messing with me, but somebody did, and it was really scary.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds pretty terrifying.
it was.
Um,
It was scary.
that is a true scary story. Okay, now let's look at the questions in the chat. Cynthia said, favorite horror film?
My favorite horror film,
Yes.
The Shining.
How come?
uh,
Me with the questions. Why? I was that you could tell I was that kid in school. I'm like, why?
No explanation. No explanation. Damn it! That
Just
you didn't
choose a
ask for an explanation. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just curious as to why.
Um, a lot of reasons. I love Jack Nicholson. I like the story. It's super creepy. Everything really, like the music, the shot, the cinematography, the just everything is just fantastic. Just scares the. I actually just watched it within the past 6 months, late at night, and my wife was laying next to me and she fell asleep, and I was laying there and I was like, "This movie is freaking scary, man!" Like, yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's definitely timeless. I will say that much. Let's see. Tall Tale said, congrats on the kid. That's awesome, man.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm sorry I missed that. Thank you very much.
Goose Good night, Goosebumps said, I love being scared by watching being scared while being scared. uh,
Goosebumps, you silly bastard.
Theresa said, ambient rain horror stories are the best. I don't know if it's Theresa or Teresa because I've heard it said both ways. So I'm sorry about that if I ruined your name. Let's see.
I'm glad she enjoys them.
Oh, Dark Nightmare said it's caught my interest greatly. I got a very strong feeling I'm gonna like your channel being scared.
I did see that one. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope that you do. I truly hope that you do.
Pink Spooky said she wants some streaking in the rain stories.
Who said that?
Pink Spooky.
Pink Spooky. She's in here. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, she's here. Welcome, Pink Spooky. Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even see you. Man, I love that person. I love that person very much. Thank you very much.
Let's see. Tall Tale said that's crazy fast growth on your channel. And do you just let it grow organically or do you market the channel?
Uh, right now, I'm not doing anything. I just let it grow by itself. But 6 months ago to a year ago, I actually had some business cards made, and I would just like drop them in random places because I'm a construction worker, and I would drive around California, all of like just different places, and I would just leave them in different places like randomly.
That's awesome. Hey, you have to come down to YouTube Space sometime.
What is that?
What do you mean, what is that? You've never heard of YouTube Space?
No.
Okay, you and I have to have a chat about this later.
Okay.
Anyway, because you can actually go without being invited. I have to be invited because I'm not big enough to go on my own. But
I've never heard of that before.
so basically, YouTube has this place where creators can come and take classes to, help them improve their channels. And they also have meeting rooms if you want to have like a meeting with a certain like group of people. And all of this is depending on your channel size, of course. So the more subscribers you have, the more you're able to do there. And, the bigger channels are actually able to use the recording spaces they have and, their equipment and stuff like that. And once a month, they actually have like these socials. Or maybe it's once a week. I'm not too sure. But like the bigger channels have like these socials where they network with each other and all that stuff. It's actually really fun and it looks really cool.
That sounds awesome. I would totally
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, it's definitely an awesome experience, I have to say. Let's see. Goose said, what gave you the idea for the scary stories in the rain?
Ooh, that's a good question. Uh, so in the I think it was September of 2017, right after I hit my year mark on YouTube. Um, I was doing a collaboration with Mortis Media and We Shouldn't Be Here, my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin had the idea. We were trying to figure out what kind of video we would do. And he said, let's do road trip stories. And I was like, ooh, that's cool. I haven't done that. And Mortis Media was like, yeah, let's do that. You know, Mortis Media is the coolest guy ever. I don't know if you've ever talked to him. Have you?
I've never spoken to him, no.
Oh my gosh, he is the nicest guy ever. Um, he's just totally down to earth. He actually just had a baby too, but okay,
All the babies in the horror community.
back to the question. Sorry. Um, he was totally cool with it, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do road trip stories." And so we did that, and you know, every video that I've done up to that point was, you know, I'm like, I find a story that I like, and I try to find some pictures that I'm allowed to use on the internet to go with the story, you know. And I tried to think, you know, I really want to do something cool. I and I don't know why, but I thought, you know, what goes with like road trip, like with cars. And I tried to find some videos of like some cars driving down the road in the dark or something creepy. And then I thought, well, you know, maybe like some rain falling on like a windshield or something like that. That would be cool. And I found it, and I asked the YouTuber if I could use. Uh, I found a video that was only like, you know, 20 minutes or something like that,
Uh-huh.
and it was just rain falling on a windshield. And I asked him if I could use it, and he said yes. And so I put that in the background, and people commented and said, "This is really cool. I love the sound of the rain." And it's just really relaxing, but also I really get into the story. And I was like, huh. And a light bulb kind of went off, and I was like, well, you know, I really like it too. So I one night I thought to myself, I'm going to start a series of videos called Scary Stories for a Rainy Night. And this was in like mid-October, and I'm going to use rain. And that was it. And everybody liked it.
And the
Well,
rest is history.
not everybody, but lots of people.
And that's how Margbot came up with the video Scary Stories Told During the Apocalypse. I'm sorry, I had to. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I enjoy your stories, yeah. But just
Oh no 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 no
yeah.
no no no!
I came
It's
out
totally
with
cool.
was it your maker came out with the one Scary Stories Told, I think, in the rain while in the nude or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Actually, I saw that, and it really made me laugh. And then I was second guessing myself, and I was like, wait, does he think that? Does he think my videos are stupid? And I was like, wait, is he making fun of me? And I was like, I don't know. I just became paranoid, very paranoid. And
Oh no. It
I
you know, it's not even like that. At least not for me, I can say. I just thought it was funny that everyone was doing the same thing, so I decided to make it a little bit ridiculous. And literally the background noises to those stories that I read, the true scary stories, are like sirens, like nuclear bomb sirens. So I stayed true to it. I wasn't just making it up, you know?
anybody that comments and says that they're falling asleep to that has issues.
Exactly. I said so like in the description of it, I said something like, oh, you know, I guess everybody else is doing all these other weather related things, so I'm just gonna do it during the nuclear holocaust or something like that. It was great. Oh, Empoleon, thank you so much. He said, hi, Margbot. Happy late International Women's Day. You're very talented, very sweet, inspiring, strong, and beautiful. Keep up the amazing work. Hope to meet you at a future convention. I appreciate that, Empoleon. You're always so kind. And that brings me to the International Women's Day thing. So it's actually Women's History Month this month, guys. And I'm putting together a collaboration with some of the other female narrators. So that should be out later this month. And now back to the questions. Let's see. Um, Dark Nightmare said, anyone else think being scared's profile looks creepy in a good way? Imagine seeing that through a window staring at you during the night. That would be terrifying.
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 I think that's an understatement. I would piss my pants.
Oh my
If
gosh.
if I saw a skull looking at me through my window at night,
Yeah, that would be terrible.
terrifying. Yes, it would be terrifying.
Um, Teresa said, how old are you?
I'm 31 years old.
Okay. Yeah, you did say that earlier. I remember that now. Let's see, what else? Oofky Brewski said, could you do convention horror stories? I've always wanted to hear what kind of horror stories could happen in a convention.
That's interesting.
You know
Is it
what? Somebody's done a video like that, by the way. I forget who it is, but I heard it not that long ago. And
really?
there really are some out there.
Huh.
The one that I forget who did it, but there was a story that really bothered me because it was basically like they gained a stalker at a convention.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
It was very unsettling. Um, and Polian said he's wondering about convention horror stories too, so I think you're onto something there.
Huh.
Um,
I mean, I could keep a lookout, but I don't. Those are probably pretty damn rare, you know?
I don't know. I feel like cons, like Comic-Con, probably attract a lot of strange fellas. Maybe they're not that rare, but I mean, I could see why you think that, but I'd be curious to actually see if they are rare or not.
I would too, actually.
Because I've heard it. I've never gone to any of the Comic Cons or anime cons or anything like that, but I have heard from friends that they do find some very rare characters at those.
You know, I haven't been to any of those too, and I want to so bad. Really bad.
Me too. Like Comic Con down in San Diego.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That would be awesome.
for sure.
There should be
Would
there
you
should
go to
be
VidCon?
No, I didn't. I was gonna say, don't you think there should be like a horror con? Wouldn't that be awesome if it was like
I know that there's
put
small
together by like
ones, but I know that we're trying to set something up for VidCon.
oh really?
Yeah, so we should talk about that, but I'll do that after the stream, probably later tonight actually, but yeah, I know that they're trying to kind of get a group of people for VidCon, but that's totally very premature. I shouldn't have said anything, so don't repeat that.
No, thank you.
I don't really know anything about it myself or much about it myself, but
Oh yeah,
I'll tell
right.
you what I know. See, Ghost Pokemon knows what I'm talking about. There's a lot of people who like kids there in bad ways. I'm not gonna say the word because I don't want to get in trouble for it, but yeah. Ufki said, "Will being scared ever do a collab with Darkness Prevails?"
I've already done that.
Dun dun
um,
dun. You're not looking
I,
hard enough.
yeah, I did a collaboration with Darkness Prevails. We did emergency stories. Emergency. They're not scary. They're just kind of intense, you know, just
Gotcha.
emergency kind of thing.
So you can go look for that, I guess. Ufski.
Yeah.
Ghost Pokemon said the people are cons are virgins with rage. I could see that. I actually had a fellow narrator say that she went to one of those Comic Cons and they had some sort of like speed dating service or some sort of dating service at the con. Yeah, it was a bad idea.
That's
Yeah, it was not the best area to be in. Deadly Slayin said Comic Con horror stories with Margbot. How about I not be part of any horror stories at any con or anywhere, period?
oh, come on. You
um,
know that people would love that though.
I have my own horror stories to tell. Okay, well, they're not really horror stories, they're just cringeworthy stories of my dating life. And I was actually, I think the last stream, they were like, you should make a video. And I'm like, I don't know about that. Oh my gosh. Let's see. What else? What is your favorite anime? Do you have one? And that came from Deadly Slayin.
this might be a very ignorant kind of question, but is Final Fantasy considered anime? No?
That's a video game only, though, isn't it?
No. I mean, they've had TV, they've had a series, they've had a
On
movie.
TV?
Yeah. I
I,
mean,
I
nothing like popular that people really liked or anything,
Well, it
but
doesn't matter if it's popular, but I think if they've had a series on TV with that same style of drawing, then yeah, it's an anime.
okay. Well, then if that is considered one, then Final Fantasy. If not, then no. I'm not. I haven't really gotten into that yet. I don't know. Not that I was not to say that I wouldn't. I probably would actually enjoy it. It seems pretty cool, but I haven't tried yet to get into it. So
Gotcha. Telltale Vlogs asks, "Do you tell scary stories, Margbot?" Yes, I do. Actually, that's how I started my channel. If you go through my videos, most of them, I mean, I'm gonna say by now half of them are interviews and the other half are scary stories. And then like a smaller percentage of that half is the true scary stories. A lot of them are creepy pastas. Oh, Ghost Pokemon said it doesn't count as an anime because it's a CGI. Yeah, I didn't take that into account. Anime means cartoon.
oh,
Good point. Good point.
gotcha. Okay.
Okay. What else? Thank you, Ghost Pokemon. I appreciate that. She comes for the interviews. She's actually been here the last few interviews. I appreciate that. Thank you. And that's actually Clancy Pasta's girlfriend. Let's see. Oh, Telltale, thank you for subbing. I really appreciate that. If you don't mind me asking, how did you find me? Was it through being scared? I always like knowing how people find my channel, honestly. South Stupefy wants to know all-time favorite creepypasta.
Uh, the Smiling Man.
That is terrifying. You know there's actually a video version of that out there, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
It's terrifying.
Scared the crap out of me.
You know, it's funny because Telltale TV has actually been a subscriber and kind of a friend actually for quite some time because he's given me some really good advice. But when I saw Telltale Vlogs, I thought it was actually said Telltale Vlogs, and I'm like, did he start a second channel? But I just realized it's Telltale Vlogs. So yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, Telltale TV and Telltale Vlogs. Both of you being in here at the same time is ridiculous. All
Kind
right.
of a mind screw, just saying. No, I appreciate both of you. You guys should collab. Can you imagine saying that? Telltale and Telltale collab. Anyway, uh, so Oofsky, he kind of already addressed the face reveal, and right now it's just a big question mark. He jokes around that potentially at 3 million, but he's not quite sure. He can't commit to it as of yet. He'll let you guys know by 2 million.
Some people have seen my face. Some people in the community have.
I feel like I've seen almost well, I shouldn't say almost everybody, but I've seen a lot of the faces of the narrators in the community, but I don't think I've ever seen yours. Do I have you in Snapchat?
I don't think so. I don't have that.
Oh, okay, so I don't have you on Snapchat. No, I don't think I've seen yours.
I need to get with
Let's see.
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Or just, I don't know. Sometimes I love Snapchat and sometimes I hate it. But it really is a nice way to keep in touch with your subscribers.
Yeah.
Let's
I
see.
definitely need to look into it.
Dudley Slayan said, I found your channel through my recommended. I had binge watched so many videos on horror that my recommended section was full of horror channels. Thank you. I see that helps me know that YouTube does promote me sometimes. A little bit better about life. um 3 freaking mil. Oh my.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm kind of afraid to do that, honestly. So
I understand. I was afraid, and then I did it. So funny story. I kind of sort of just eased my face out there, which is kind of a good thing because almost right after I did that, I had somebody in the community share my face out there
Oh,
without
really?
my consent. So I was like, hey, whatever. At least I got that out of the way last week, right?
Oh,
But
that's not cool.
it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal to me. I mean, if someone wants to come murder me in my sleep, then I can just become my own true scary story and you guys can just tell my story. It's cool. Dying for the art. Let's see. Beside the dying fire said, did you guys cover the hair teeth? Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. I'm sorry. I completely apologize, Tony. So I have to ask this question now because
Okay.
I made a commitment. If you had to live the rest of your life without brushing your teeth or brushing your hair, which would you choose?
Brushing my hair, easy.
Oh my God. All right.
There's no way in hell I could live without brushing my teeth.
I
What the
feel
hell?
like it's so much easier for guys to hair than us
if
women.
if you could see my hair right now, you would completely understand my answer.
Why is your hair like, are you totally bald? Did you shave your head?
No. I like to wear a baseball hat, a baseball cap.
Oh,
So
okay.
my
Gotcha.
hair is like constantly not combed. I like to wear a hat. So
Yeah. Oh, bye, Deadly Slan. Thanks for stopping by. Hold on. Tater said, look up Marg. What am I looking up at? Tater said, yeah, there was an anime called Final Fantasy Unlimited, but chat will not let me drop wiki link. Oh, okay.
huh.
So I guess it was an anime at some point. All right. Yes, beside the dying fire. I'm trying to dox your fake name right now. And so there's actually a story behind that. I'm going to briefly share it. Um, so you guys see the silhouette of beside the dying fire there? I
Yes.
don't I don't know how many of you have seen 13 Reasons Why, but as soon as I saw that silhouette, all I can think about was Tony from 13 Reasons Why. So that's why we call him Tony sometimes.
Huh. Yeah, I've seen that on Netflix, but I haven't checked it out. What is that
Oopsies.
about?
It's a terribly depressing show about a teenager who commits suicide. Sorry to bring
Oh,
everything down,
okay.
but Oofsky said, "I have an idea for being scared's face reveal. What if he posts like like a video with a really secret code, where he makes a random YouTube channel and just posts a video with a random name? You know, in
Huh.
general, I feel like doing something like that with your subs would be a really cool way of face revealing."
That is, yeah. Huh. I'll remember that.
Tater said, "Teeth for me. My hair comes out into auburn rabbi curls." Oh, that's great.
I did not understand that at all.
Oh, for the question that I asked about like if you would rather go without
Oh.
brushing your teeth or yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Um the book is better apparently for 13 reasons why.
Hmm.
Yes, South Dubify. I have heard of the mattress firm conspiracy, and that is only because Mr. Davis did a video on it, and it was interesting. It was very interesting, but
Mattress firm conspiracy. What the
yeah.
hell?
Go watch Mr. Davis's video on it. I feel like he'll give you the full specs on it if you
Oh,
don't know what we're talking about.
I definitely will. Probably right after that.
All right, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I have not been able to get a video out, unfortunately, because I'm not one of those people who make excuses. I don't like doing that, but I've had a couple of things happen in the last few days, and that's kind of led to me sort of losing my voice. I'm always complaining about losing my voice. But yeah, it's my voice. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's really scratchy. And like after me recording for 5 minutes, it's just done. So sorry about that. But I do have some really cool things in the works. So keep an eye
They'll
out for
be there
that.
for you. They'll be there for you whenever you're ready.
my loyal ones will be there. And everybody who is new, welcome. I love having you here. So please check out some more of my content. Unless you've already binge watched it, in which case I'm totally flattered. Anyway, I will catch you guys on the next stream. And
Wait,
seriously,
wait, 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 wait.
what? Sorry, what? Go ahead.
I just now looked at the title of this video.
Wow,
Being
really?
scared allows Margbot to ask questions.
Yeah, you have graced me with your presence.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt, but that was funny.
I'm glad you found that funny, but I thought you'd find that funny, I don't know, 45 minutes ago.
I'm sorry. I just now looked at that. I'm sorry.
No, no worries. It's cool. I'm glad you enjoyed that, though. That was the whole point. I was like, I guess he didn't find it as amusing as I did. Okay,
All right.
guys.
All right.
So have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. And Margbot out. And thank you so much for allowing me to interview you being scared. I forgot to throw that in there. Oh, so rude of me.
No,
I apologize.
no problem. Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.